Honestly, guys, it's been a year. This year, it's been a lot actually. It's really stretched me. It's really challenged me and forced me to slow down, even when I didn't want to. But it's also been the year that I gained a bit of clarity on what I want to carry forward to the next year and what I absolutely don't want to take into the new year. So in this video, really, I want to share some honest reflections, what this year taught me about balance, about business, about burnout, and about joy. And maybe I'll also help you pause for a moment too and help you think about what you want to leave behind as you step into your next chapter. So like I said, this year has really tested me, right? It's tested me more than I expected. Between working my 9 to 5, between running ads, between building the Business Analyst school, having more clarity about it, between mentoring students, managing launches, and just life, right? There were days where I thought, I really can't do this anymore. I just wanted to quit. And that was a big moment of realization for me, because I used to think balance just happens when you finally figure things out, right? But this year I learned that the balance doesn't just appear. You have to create it. You have to be intentional about it. It's in the choices that you make. It's in the boundaries that you set and the moment you allow yourself to just breathe. Now, I think one of the hardest lessons this year taught me is that you can't do it all, at least not all at once, right? For so long, I was trying to juggle everything: my full-time job, my business, mentoring, content creation, ads, emails, new ideas every week. It's not easy. It really isn't, And the day where I sort of finally catch up to all these things that I wanted to do, honestly, that day never came. I still haven't caught up, right? And that's when I had to sit down and just ask myself, what actually matters right now? What's your priority? What's more important? What is going to move the needle, not just in business, right? But in my life, And when I started to sort of let go of that need to do everything perfectly, to show up for everyone, I started to feel a bit lighter. And then I started to realize that slowing down isn't failure, it's actually a strategy, right? Now, even with all this stress, there were definitely some highlights, and I kind of also want to acknowledge those as well. The first one was speaking at the Business Analysis conference. My goodness, if you know me, you'll know that public speaking in person isn't something that comes naturally for me. Online, yeah, I can do that, right? I've been doing online videos for years, but standing on a stage, seeing people's faces looking back at you, that's a whole different level of vulnerability, right? I remember the night before the speaking event, I was even thinking, why did I agree to this? Why? Who sent you message? I'll never do this again. Why did I sign up? But after the event, afterwards, I walked away thinking that was actually incredible and I would actually like to do it again. So that moment really reminded me that courage doesn't mean that you're not scared, right? It just means you do it anyway. And also the things that stretch you are often the ones that help you grow the most. Another thing that truly made my year was seeing 3 of my clients land business analyst roles after being in the program for just a few months. One was 2 months, one was 3 months, and the other one was 6 months. Amazing, right? And every time that I get that message saying, Pippa, I got the job, it still gives me the goosebumps, because that's why I started this in the first place, to help people see what's possible for them through business analysis, of course. I also spent a lot of time refining the well-paid BA program, tightening the structure, basically doing business analysis on my business, improving the resources, making it even more practical for people transitioning into business analysis roles, It's been a reminder that growth doesn't always look like expansion, right? Sometimes it looks more like refinement, doing fewer things, but doing them really well. And of course, I can't talk about 2025 without mentioning travel. I love it, right? Because travel has always been my reset button, This year I went on a solo trip to Portugal on a surf and skate retreat, and that trip did something for my soul. It was just something that I really, really needed in that moment. It was just me, the ocean, and a group of strangers, women, who felt like instant friends. There's something about traveling alone that forces you to reconnect with yourself, You stop performing, you stop rushing, showing up for other people, and you just exist, It was really nice for me. I also went to Cabo Verde, Cabo Verde, which was special because apart from Nigeria, I'd never visited another African country before, to be honest. It was beautiful, the warmth, the rhythm, the energy, the people. And then we also went to Sicily. I went to Sicily with my family. It was just nice, slow mornings, proper rest. I wouldn't say good food per se. The food wasn't amazing. But anyway, those moments reminded me that rest isn't a luxury, okay? It's a requirement. You need it. You can't pour into others if you're running empty yourself, So rest is really, really important. Now, if I had to sum it up, I think this year has been about learning to let go of the version of myself that thought she had to do everything to be enough, because success isn't just about how much you achieve. I want you to remember that, okay? It's also about how much peace you have while you're achieving those things you want, So next year, 2026, I'm choosing peace. I'm choosing focus. I'm choosing to build, but without burnout, because I really burned out this year. That doesn't mean that I'll be doing less. It just means that I'll be doing what truly matters. So if you're watching this and this year 2025 has felt like a lot, maybe you've been juggling too many things or feeling like you're constantly behind, I just wanted to say to close of the year, you're not alone, It's okay to pause. It's okay to recalibrate things, and it's okay to decide what next year 2026 is going to look different, You don't have to have it all figured out for now. You just have to take the next step and give yourself permission to rest in between those plans. So if you're also in that season of reflection and you're thinking about your next move in terms of your career, maybe you're ready to transition into a business analyst role, or maybe you're ready to take your career to the next level and you're interested in business analysis, my Well-Paid BA program can help you do that in a way that's structured, in a way that's supported, and in a way that's sustainable, Because what I want for you, and honestly what I want for myself too, is a life that's well paid and balanced. Money is very important, But anyway, thank you so much for being part of this journey with me this year. Thank you for all your love, your support, your encouragement, your comments, your subscriptions. I'll see you in the next video where we'll talk about business analysis in 2026. Is it still a good career? Is it something we should be looking at? The real answer basically is yes, okay? But for now, please take a deep breath, reflect, recharge, and step into the new year with clarity and calm.